Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with Hofstra Women's Golf Coach Maren Crowley. Thanks for joining us this week, Coach.
Thanks for having me back.
It's been a little while. The team has had 2 weeks off, just about, from competition. So how has practice gone in that time?
We've worked on a lot of short game. They've come out to my place and they've really honed those skills. Then we had a bit of a change in our venue. We were going to be playing on the Eisenhower White, but we switched to the red for our next upcoming tournament. So we've been out there practicing there 2-3 times a week. The girls, they're working with their trainer, they're lifting and doing all that fun stuff. So basically they're just been in their practice mode, and getting stronger as players all around.
All right, so let's talk about the season to date so far to catch people up. Opened at Towson, then went to William & Mary. So far the team, you've been led by a trio of freshmen, Victoria Snack, Jackie Faldetta, Andrew Nielsen. Through 2 tournaments, how have you seen the progression of their play?
Well, this is definitely, those freshmen are, players that I'm going to build my team around. And they do have great seniors to look up to and show them the ropes and things like that. And I think that they've performed very well in their first 2 events. Towson wasn't as great of a team showing as I had hoped for, but all around, up and down the East Coast, teams are getting stronger. So with that, you just take that in stride. At William & Mary, I thought they did well, and we had a great team camaraderie. That tournament was very strong as far as the teams that we played against, and there were a lot of CAA teams, and this is a very strong conference. So it was a good way for them to kind of see what they're going to be up against when we do go to the championship in the spring. But overall, I think that each week they're improving, they're kind of settling in, and of course their expectations of themselves are getting higher and higher. So, it's one of those things where I'm proud of them, and each week we have goals and we're meeting them, so I'm happy.
Right. You mentioned the upcoming tournament this Monday and Tuesday. It's the St. John's Invitational being held at Eisenhower Park on the red course. Eisenhower Park obviously is a course that you guys practice at a lot in terms of on the white course and now on the red course. So after playing 2 tournaments down south, different grass, different course layouts, coming back to the Northeast with a roster mainly consisting of Northeast players, how do you think that'll play into your advantage this week?
Well, I definitely think that out of all of the players that will be participating this upcoming week, my girls have played there the most by far. Like I said, we did have that change, so that is going to be kind of effective. They don't know it as well as the white course, but the red course is pretty similar. The greens are faster, and believe me, there are some tough pin placements that could definitely be in effect next week. But I think that is to their advantage. The weather's been great the last few days, and I hope that it continues on into the next week, because it'd be great just to not have to deal with that cold weather of October, which we have had to deal with in the past. But if that does come our way, my girls are prepared. We might have to bundle Andrea up a little more, being that she's from California, but the rest of them, they'll hold their own.
I know it's a little early, but do you have a lineup in mind for this week?
Yeah, the 5 that have been traveling will definitely be in the starting 5, and then we'll have Shannon and Jay as individuals. And for the lineup, based off of our last tournament and how they've been practicing, I'm kind of flip-flopping them around. I have to solidify my lineup tonight, and definitely Marielle and Andrea will be in my top 2, either 1 or 2. I have to figure that out. Andrea's going to have to be playing number 1 at some point. She's playing real well, and she was the leader after William & Mary, so I think she deserves to have that spot. And Marielle's been playing really well at that course throughout practices. She's coming in consistently the lowest person. So, with that, those 2 will definitely be my top 2. And then I would say that I would probably have Cynthia or Victoria in 3 and 4, and then Jackie at 5. Just based off of, like I said, William & Mary, because that's how we usually do it. But as a whole, they're pretty consistent and close to one another, and they've been putting up good numbers at practice, which makes me pretty confident going into this weekend.
And with this tournament being only less than a mile from the Hofstra campus, you have to be relieved that you don't have a long drive ahead of you.
Yes, truthfully, that always plays a factor. Being in the band for last week, it was 7.5 hours when we went to William & Mary. That's a long ride, although I have to say that my team, for the most part, I would say, especially my freshmen, they fall asleep within the first 30 seconds that they're in the van. But it's great that they get to stay in their own dorms. They get to sleep in a bit. The tee times are pretty great. We lucked out with that. They'll be teeing off on Monday, starting at 10 o'clock. So great time. It's not too early. The sun should be up. So they definitely lucked out this week.
All right, well, wish you luck this week at the St. John's Invitational, and we'll talk to you next week here on the WB Mason Coach Report. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.